Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is me, Nadia Rajput from DESI TV USA. Let's have a look at the headlines. US President Donald Trump said on Tuesday that he was in the final throes of reaching a Middle East peace deal. Trump says talks with Iran remain ongoing with deal possible in 2 or 3 days. Oil prices fell on Tuesday, erasing most of the previous session's joints after Iran and Israel said they had halted attacks on each other following an appeal from President Donald Trump. Pakistan called on Afghanistan Taliban authorities to take verifiable and non-reversible action against terrorist group operating from Afghan territory. Let's look into details. US President Donald Trump said on Tuesday that he was in the final throes of reaching a Middle East peace deal. We are in the final throes of what will be a very, very good deal, he told reporters on his return from an NBA final game. When asked whether it would be a matter of days or weeks, he said it would take 2 or 3 days. Iran and Israel said Monday that hostilities between them had halted after the two countries exchanged strikes that threatened to reignite the Middle East war. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced that the fire on that front is contained hours after Tehran said it had stopped its military action. Tehran launched missiles at Israel on Sunday over Israel's ongoing war against Hezbollah in Lebanon. Israel then struck back despite efforts by US President Donald Trump to discuss Netanyahu that triggered another round of Iranian missiles before Tehran announced it would cease fire. Iran has sought it to tie its truce with the United States in place since April 18, despite repeated attacks by both sides to Israel's war against Hezbollah, warning that attacks on Lebanon would force it to act. Tehran said on Monday it would attack again if Israel persisted with its strike in Lebanon, while Netanyahu warned in return that should Iran make the mistake of resuming attacks against us, we'll respond with full force. Trump says talks with Iran remain ongoing with deal possible in 2 or 3 days. Negotiations between the US and Israel remain ongoing, US President Donald Trump said early on Tuesday morning, just hours after Iran and Israel agreed to halt attacks on one another that threatened to shatter a shaky ceasefire. Trump said the talks with Tehran didn't stop during the escalation in violence, signaling that a deal to formally end the war could be reached within 1 or 2 days from now. But I think it's going well. They are going back and forth, and now they both agree through me to stop, and we are in the final throes of what will be a very, very good deal that will not allow in any way, shape or form nuclear weapons, etc. The US President Donald Trump told reporters as he prepared to return to the White House after attending an NBA final game in New York.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130 plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.
Oil prices fell on Tuesday, erasing most of the previous session's joints after Iran and Israel said they had halted attacks on each other following an appeal from US President Donald Trump. Though both sides warned they could resume hostilities, Brent crude futures were down 91 cents or 1% at $93.34 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate declined $1.13 or 1.2% at $90.17 a barrel. Prices climbed as much as 5% in the previous session after renewed Israeli strikes on Iran and attacks in Lebanon reduced hopes of an imminent end to the wider war, but paused gains after Iran's armed forces announced the end of military operation against Israel. While there is some relief from the latest pause in direct strikes, investors are not convinced the truce will hold, said Tim Waterer, chief market analyst at KCM Trade. Iran and Israel said they had halted attacks on each other after an appeal from President Donald Trump. They had immediately stopped shooting, though Tehran said it would resume strikes if Israel continued to hit Hezbollah in Lebanon. Pakistan called on Afghanistan Taliban authorities to take verifiable and non-reversible action against terrorist group operating from Afghan territory as its envoy to the United Nations accused India of backing terrorists and using Afghanistan to destabilize Pakistan during a UN Security Council debate on Monday. Addressing the UN Security Council, Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Asim Iftikhar Ahmad, said Pakistan had consistently supported Afghanistan through humanitarian relief, political engagement, and efforts to strengthen bilateral trade. Pakistan's envoy said that in support of what he described as our Afghan brethren, Islamabad had taken numerous steps to support Afghanistan, including humanitarian relief efforts, political engagement, and providing incentives to boost bilateral trade. It was expected that after the end of the civil war that the Taliban would evolve into a responsible governing authority. It was anticipated that the Taliban would take positive steps to transform into a responsible governing authority by adhering to their international obligations and commitments, the envoy said. That's all for now. Keep watching DESI TV USA. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. And don't forget to watch our channels DTV NN and DESI TV.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130 plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.